her out on stage, Miss Wendy.
A very good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Agape Business Sharing Talk today. So before that, I'd like to lend your hands to thank Waan for welcoming me up here. Next, I think I see some new faces here tonight. Can I have a show of hands who is new today in this business talk? Okay, so let's put our hands together and welcome them. So I'm sure all of you are here today because of one reason, to look for a business opportunity. And I'm very, very sure that tonight, Agape will be able to provide you that opportunity. So as you can see from the video now, the next coming revolution will be in the wellness business. The one that just went over is in the WWW, which is the World Wide Web revolution. So the next trend coming is the wellness industry. And then all the four models of distribution, how is it the easiest way to cash in the hands of distribution? So how is Agape today related to distribution? Simply said, Agape today is also in the business of distribution. So besides the video clip just now, I would also like to start today's business talk with this book, which is called The Next Trillion. So what is so great about this book? We actually need to look into the author. The author, he's actually called Paul Zane-Pilzer. Who is Paul Zane-Pilzer? So he's a world-renowned economist, but then his most important accomplishment is he became Citibank's youngest officer at the age of 22, and then he actually moved up to become its youngest vice president at the age of 25 within 3 years. But that's not his most important one. His most important one that he was appointed economic advisor in 2 American presidential administrations, namely Bush and Clinton. So for him to actually hold such a post for 2 terms straight, it proves that he actually has the insight on how the world economy is going to proceed. So a lot of people will actually buy this book to find out what is the next trend, so that they can actually cash in. So what he actually says in this book is that people are facing a serious nutrient imbalance in this 21st century, but everyone hopes to feel healthier, to reduce the effects of aging, and to avoid becoming customers of the sickness business. Therefore, the health industry will turn out to be the next trillion-dollar business. Take note, it's no longer in the billion, and an additional 3 zeros has been added. The next trillion-dollar business, and it is going to be the next revolution after the WWW. So I'm sure that most of us, during the WWW web revolution, we are consumers. Did we cash in during that time? If we would have cashed in during that time in the PC internet era, we would have become multi-billionaires like Bill Gates already. So most of the time, we were actually consumers. So right now, the next trend is coming, the next wave is coming. Do hop on together with us. So we are just at the beginning of the next trillion industry. So an industry that will impact almost aspect of our lives and achieve 1 trillion in sales in the next 10 years. Why? No one wants to be customers of the sickness business. So maybe let me ask the audience here today, who would like to fall sick? Who would like to fall sick and then go to the hospital, pay a bill and visit the hospital? No. No one wants to be customers of the sickness business. That is where our market is. The wellness business is very, very proactive. People will become customers. An effect of this is you can see spa center, gym center, massage parlor, slimming center. All this has been popping up like mushrooms for the last 5 to 10 years. 20 years ago, if you were to tell your parents, hey, I want to register for a gym membership. After work, I want to pay someone to train me up, to jog. Will they believe you? And you said, why? Why should you pay for that? Right? You can just go jogging in the park. But right now, the trend is different. So you can see all these are part of wellness industry. So today, Agape is also in this wellness industry business. So it actually provides and fulfills every family's 2 basic requirements. So do you all know what is every family's 2 basic requirements? So maybe before that, I entered that, I actually introduced this famous Taiwan magazine, which is said, health business brings wealth. So what does it say? Let me read it out. Is every day, everyone is working very hard. So one day, when they find that they have lost their health, then they only realize that without health, basically, they have nothing. So from this message, we actually know that the first requirement is health. Without health, you have a lot of money, also no use. Right? What is the second one? Why is everyone so busy, working for right now? To earn a living. So you can see why do we say these are two families' basic requirements. After you have come out from university, why are you so busy? OT, working, as hard as you can. Why? We have to earn a living. Often we actually sacrifice our health to earn our living. But don't forget, maybe you can do that for the first 30, 40 years. When you're about to retire, when you're about to relax and enjoy your life, then you found that your health gives you a red light. And a lot of time, whatever you earn over here actually goes back to gain back your health. So you can see today, Agape actually provide what we call the ATP Zeta program, which is a complete health program to eliminate the diseases caused by polluted environment. So before we enter into that, let us take a look at the awful facts which causes the top 10 causes in death in year 2005. So you can see over here all these highlighted in red color. What are all these diseases? It's actually called chronic diseases, 75%. So chronic diseases are slow developing diseases. It doesn't happen overnight, but once it happens, it takes a long time to recover. Something like heart disease, stroke, all those problems. So you can see every day we open up newspaper, the first thing we see is what? Accident. For sure, every single day there will be 1 or 2 minimum cases of accidents reported. But you can see the figure is only 5.67% out of 100%. It's so little. So 75% caused by chronic diseases. Another one is cancer has been in the top 5 causes in death continuously for 20 years. 1 out of 4 people will actually announce having cancerous tumor. And then even more scary is the fact that averagely every 13 minutes there will be a person announced having cancerous tumor. And every 24 minutes and 24 seconds there will be a person who actually leaves us because of cancer. And this is continuous figure. Every 30 minutes this will happen. So over here, senior society. A lot of us, we say that senior society, they can live very long. Is that true? It's true. Why not? Because if you are still in this vegetative comatic state, you can still live on. Your heart is weak, there's a machine to pump your heart. Your lungs cannot move on its own, there's a machine to help to pump your lungs. But if you're in this state, is there any quality of life? No. Do you actually enjoy life anymore? No. And then, not only these two elderly, they are suffering. How about their children? They have their own career, they have their own family to take care of. So most of the time, they actually sacrifice their own career, their own family in order to take care of their parents. So a message that we actually want to bring out here is that even if you found that the business today is not suitable, we want to pass a message that do take care of your health starting from now on. Do not become your next generation's burden. So how about children? Is the age of getting chronic diseases getting younger and younger? So you can see over here, this picture is a picture of a 6-year-old girl who actually just went through brain surgery. So why are they impacting children nowadays? You can see that 1 out of 4 children is overweight, and out of 1 out of 4, half of them will actually get heart problems when they grow up. Besides that, by the age of 3, fats were actually found in their blood vessels, and by the age of 12, 70% will get light arteriosclerosis, which is a type of heart disease. So you can see, one of the reasons why chronic diseases are happening is the polluted environment that we live in. So you can see this is very, very common in Penang, Bayan Lepas area. Cannot escape. The picture here is still pretty good. It's white color smoke. Sometimes we've seen really, really black smoke being emitted, which has not been, they have not filtered it out. The next one, this one, very common as well. How about this one? It's coming very, very soon. Every June, July, you can see Indonesia, our neighbor, will give us this present. Can we actually say, no, I don't want to take this present? No. Every year, they will give us this present, no matter what. And then the next one, everyone who drives a motor vehicle contributes to this carbon monoxide. So air pollution. In this environment, can you say I do not want to breathe? No. That means you still need to breathe. The second one, water. Reports have shown that more than 80% of Malaysia's river is already polluted. So from all these water sources, how come when the water source come to our tap, it's actually very clean and clear? No smell, no nothing. Now, all these water sources actually have a lot of virus, bacteria and parasite. How come when they actually reach our tap, it's actually crystal clear? What do they actually do in between? So actually the government actually had to do a long process. In the process, they actually add in what we call chlorine. So chlorine, as you know, can kill all these virus, parasites and bacteria. When it goes into our body, what will it do to our body cell? So a lot of people say, oh, don't worry, I have a very, very good water filter at home. Reverse osmosis or eSpring, a lot of very, very good water filter. But let me ask you, how many hours you actually spend at home as a working adult?
8 hours.
8 hours or at night when you're resting? So how many meals do you actually eat at home?
No.
Probably just one meal, maybe either breakfast or dinner, that's all. A lot of times when we go out to the coffee shop, the kopitiam during lunchtime, think the auntie or uncle who actually install such a good water filter. The answer is no. So the next one is the food that we take nowadays. Contaminated rice. What do we mean? So contaminated rice is heavy metal contaminated rice. So what we mean by that is that from Penang, we know Kedah is the main source of paddy fields. So a lot of the paddy fields, they are actually at the BKE area, the Kuling BKE highway area. So how many thousands of vehicles actually pass through that highway every day? From lorry, from buses, from motorcycles, how many thousands actually pass through? A lot. So all these emitting carbon monoxide actually released to the environment, and when it rains, it goes to the ground. And when the paddy grows, it will actually absorb all these carbon monoxide, all this toxin into their roots. So we have what we call heavy metal contaminated rice. The next one is how about the chicken? So last time we know in the kampong, from small chicken to medium chicken to big chicken, how long does that growth process take?
3 months.
Yeah, about 3 months. How fast is it right now? 21 days, which is 3 weeks. So how can it accelerate that growth process? Hormone injection, especially under the wings. So all of you who actually like to take chicken, do beware, because that's where they actually inject the hormones. So over here you can see one of the side effects happening right now. So what is that? Young girls are actually getting their period younger and younger. Last time we used to have our period probably from 1 to Form 2 time frame. Right now, as young as standard 3, standard 4, they're actually getting their period. Accelerated growth process. They actually mature very, very fast now. So this is one of the side effects from our food. The next one is the what we call EM wave, the 21st silent killer. So may I know in the audience, who carries a handphone? Or I should ask, who doesn't carry a handphone? Not a single hand. Who carries 2 handphones? No, there's 1 hand put up. So you can see, handphone is a necessity in our daily lives. But we know handphone actually emit radio wave. So can we actually say we don't want to carry? No. As part of earning our living, we actually need handphone. But we know EM wave is very, very dangerous to our body cell. In fact, today in Agape office, if you were to switch on your mobile phone, how many wireless can you detect?
2.
Probably 2 to 3. Why? 1 from KFC below, 1 from Agape office itself, probably 1 from the hair salon below. So you can imagine all these EM waves actually passing through concrete walls. Can it pass through our body cells?
Yes.
And you might say, hey, today I'm very good. I do not carry 1 handphone. Ice age. But then don't forget, the person sitting beside you, is he or she carrying a handphone?
That's right.
Yes. So even though you're not carrying a handphone, you're actually equally infected. Might as well just carry it. So you can see, when I was studying in university, right, I actually studied electromagnetic wave as part of my engineering course, that's major. So our professor actually told us, if you see a high transmission line, don't ever buy a house situated below the high transmission line. The reason is if you are actually standing right below the high transmission line, it's like 1,000 knives cutting through your body cells every time, and you are just not aware of it. You cannot see it. So it might not impact your current generation, but you can probably see some impact in your next generation. It actually can trigger what we call Down syndrome in your next generation. So I think a lot of people over here are actually working in office environment. In office, how many computers or laptops do we have per floor? Front, back, left, right, probably hundreds per floor. How about factory area? How many three-phase machines actually we have in one production floor? A lot. So these are all emitting EM wave. So the fourth one is what we call the ozone is damaged. We have acid rain, which is very common now. We have a lot of open burning. In fact, recently we have the oil spill in the ocean. So all this is out of our control. So when the 21st century person, we are faced with unhealthy diet, fast food, KFC, McDonald's, processed food, canned food. When we are faced with stressful life, most of us over here are white-collar employees. When we are working for our bosses, we actually have deliverables to make. So very stressful life to meet, to earn our income. Because of that, no time for exercise, lack of exercise, and chemical substances. When you are sick, you go to the doctor will give you antibiotics. We have fever, headache, Panadol, all chemical substances. So these chemical substances can clear your syndrome, can make you feel better in an instant. If when you have headache, once you take the Panadol, within half an hour, my headache is gone. But is it actually curing you? Or is it just like cutting off your brake lights? If your brake lights is getting red color, it's annoying, I cut it off, that's it. But you are not curing the symptom. How about environmental pollution that I mentioned just now? So when we are faced with all these, it actually causes our body to be very acidity, lack of oxygen, and generating a lot of free radicals. So over here, what is free radical? A lot of people might ask. So free radical is actually an unstable mode of oxygen, O+. This is our nucleus. This is where all our DNA information is contained. So our cells are actually negatively. When you have a lot of free radicals, O+ is unstable, it will go to grab this electron. So what it happens, if your body is a lot of free radicals, it will just grab, so it will slowly damage your membrane cell. So when some membrane cell is damaged up to your nucleus level, this is where gene mutation happens. So this is how cancer cells actually develop from your free radicals. So over here, Agape, our product today, we actually starting from your cell level. So why do we target cellular level? We call it cell food. So simply said, we call it cell food because we know human body, it comes from two cells, an ovum and a sperm merge, and then you become organ. From organ, you become a system. From a system, you become a human body. So if let's say your basic unit of life, which is your cell, is healthy, the human body will be healthy. So today, we have 8 products in our range. The first product, ATP1, comes from Australia. The ATP5 comes from Germany, and then the rest of it comes from US. So every single product is in very natural powder form and liquid form. No tablet and no capsule form. So you might say, what is different from our supplement compared to outside supplement? If you're talking about health supplement outside in the market, it has already existed long time ago. What is so special about Agape? So today, Agape, all our supplement is what we call in pre-digested mode. Meaning without going through your digestive system, it will actually be absorbed once you take it in your mouth. So the absorption rate is close to 100% and very, very fast, within a few seconds.